Let me know. I believe we are live at the moment. Yes, we are.
All right. Excellent. Welcome, everyone. We are live. I do see the stream come through. Jackie, thank you for joining me. I'm incredibly excited for today's workshop. Let's just give everyone a moment here to start joining. I see we already have about 16 people in waiting for this video. Hey, you guys, please type in, let us know where you're watching us from. We always love to see this. This is where we see like the actual footprint that Builderall has. We have people from Puerto Rico. We usually have people from Europe, US for sure. You're in South Africa, Jackie.
Yes.
Here we go. We have someone from
Netherlands.
Netherlands. There you go. Moldova. Excellent. Monica, how are you, Vigates? Great to see you.
Yeah.
Chicago, New Brunswick, Canada, Austria. Excellent. This is awesome. Love to see it.
That's
well,
fantastic.
With that energy, let's dig in. I'm excited. I don't know, Jackie. What do you think? You think we should give everyone a moment here?
And I would love to know what are they expecting from this workshop? What type of takeaway do they want from this workshop? I mean, they've seen the registration page of the website. Do they really know what they are going to get today? And I love to know from you guys in the chat if you can give us a little bit of how can I put it? A little bit of what you think is going to happen in this workshop today. Do you think it's going to be the same as our previous workshops, or do you think this is going to blow your mind?
I think everyone is in for a big treat. I do still see some people from St. Lucia, Germany. All right, Clarabelle, I want to be able to take my skills with our tools to the next level. Excellent. With that message here, I'll highlight it. With that message.
Oh. Awesome. And hello to Rashida. Rashida, I see, is one of our very new clients that joined us recently. Right. So I recognize her name. So she's also very welcome to be here.
Excellent. Well, today we have an amazing workshop planned out. We are going to create a complete marketing machine. Now, what do we mean by that? A marketing machine is intended to automate as much of the process for you as possible. And from what we've seen, Builderall is the platform to do that in. We want to show you that power of the Builderall platform and how you can connect all the different bits and pieces and parts and have a machine at the end of it that guides the user, flows them through all the different paths, and drives that conversion forward. I see someone in the comment asking if there's a replay. This link is going to stay live, so make sure to save it or bookmark it, and you can come back here. There will definitely be a replay. And on that note, before we really kick in, I'm going to put this banner up for this event. Promo code SUPER at checkout, SUPER, gives you the first month at $7, any plan, whatever plan you choose, $7. We will also be giving out all of the templates, all the content, all the pages, the guide, a link to this video as part of that registration. So $7 any plan, and every single page, all the content for emails and everything you're going to need to build your own marketing machine with the content from this workshop. So it's an incredible offer. I'm going to leave it up on the screen for you. And Jackie, if you want to share your screen, we can dig right in and start to work through some of these different ideas. Now,
right.
As we're doing that, I do want to mention one thing. The purpose that we want to give you from this portion here, where we show you how to build the funnel itself. I want everyone to get into that mindset of how are we creating our funnels to constantly keep a closed loop. It's sort of like a sales approach where you always want to be offering something, right? We want you to think in that way. So if I get my user on my page, I give them options. If they say yes, what do I do? If they say no, what do I do? So today is going to be all about driving people from that no initially into a yes. Or if they give us a piece of information on the front end, what are we doing down the line to make sure they're nurtured, to make sure we have, we're top of mind, we continue to kind of connect with them. So that is, I think, if there is one takeaway, I want everyone to really focus on that, because what Jackie's about to show us is incredibly powerful and it's going to be amazing for any business whatsoever. So
Awesome.
I'll hand it over to you, Jackie. Obviously, today is going to be more of a conversation between you and I, but yeah.
All right. Thank you, Pierre. All right, guys. The very first important thing to remember is that when you are building funnels for your website, that it always starts with a page. And you can call it a lead magnet page, you can call it a landing page, you can call it a webinar page. It doesn't really matter what is the form of entry that you're going to go into. Now, in this example today, we are making use of a webinar, but you can really make use of anything out there. It doesn't really be something specific. This is only going to give you an idea of what you can actually do with a funnel such as this. So on my page right here, you can see that we have got 3 different kinds of places where the traffic is going to come from. So it doesn't matter if it's organic traffic, whether it's paid advertising. There's different kinds of methods that you are going to use to send the traffic to your landing page. All right. So the very first thing is a landing page that we are going to create, and attaching to this landing page, we are going to give them the option to purchase something. All right. And which means it is an access to a webinar. So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to create this now for you with a checkout page. So the idea today is not to show you how the funnel builder works, but more to let you get an idea of the funnel as a whole as it's been created. So we're going to go and grab a checkout page here. So just give me a second here. Let me just find the checkout page here, sales process.
And as you're doing that, Jackie, I do want to answer one question. Jeff asked if registered users get the templates too. The answer is absolutely. Inside your dashboard, underneath the knowledge base, you're going to see a link for the marketing machine resources. You can click there and head over to that page and get all of those for free. I do want to mention that in today's workshop, we're gonna be using an example where we are promoting a workshop or a webinar, excuse me, and then that webinar has a one-time offer as users subscribe to that workshop, and then if they take that offer or not, they're sent down a different path. And so there's that kind of thing to watch out for. I want to give people a little bit of context before we do that. So if that makes sense, people are going to be joining this landing page, and then the content that we're taking is going to be a webinar. Obviously, this can be your own product. This could be a solution. If you have an agency, whatever it is that you do offer, that would be kind of like the subject matter.
Perfect. So you can see we've got our landing page, and on the landing page, there's going to be a button that's going to go to a checkout page, which is this one. But what do we do with people that actually do not click that button? What are we going to do? We need to give them an alternative way of actually getting them into this funnel. So we have decided that we're going to create an exit pop-up. Now, an exit pop-up is basically, for those who do not know or are new in digital marketing, it basically means when a person tries to go outside of the website, there's going to be a pop-up and it's going to give them a specific offer. Now, in this specific example, we are going to make use of a lead magnet. So we're going to go and we're going to click on pop-up. And this is going to be the pop-up right here. And I'm doing it far up at the top. There's a specific reason why I'm doing it, so that you guys can get a better idea. And then I'm linking this page to that pop-up. And then the pop-up is going to go to the lead magnet page. So we're just going to go grab a lead magnet page here at the top somewhere, which is that one right there. I just want to make it smaller so that we can see better. So there is my lead magnet page, linking it to my lead magnet. Oops. There we go. And then we are in that process. When a person is on the lead magnet page, we need to be able to give them the download. All right. So we're going to, in this example, we are going to offer the download via an email link. All right. So we're going to grab that email link and we're going to do it like this. And I'm just going to call this a lead magnet link.
I do want to say, if someone has not used an exit pop-up in the past, it is an incredible tool to interrupt someone from leaving your website. You did all this work to get a user on your landing page. They're there. They know who you are. They know what you do. Why lose them without making an attempt to capture their information and have sort of like a value trade? Lead magnets are great opportunities to showcase your skills, to give people ideas. This could be like an ebook or some sort of offering where you showcase your work. It's a great tool, and if you haven't used it, definitely look into it.
Absolutely. So now we've got the pop-up. There's a lead magnet. We're going to send them an email with a link that's going to go to the download page. Now, once they get to the download page, we want to actually give them a tag, because the tags are going to be used when we are going to start creating our email sequences and add the sequences inside of our workflow. Now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with the words that I'm using right now. I just want you to understand that we are allocating a tag for a specific reason, and that is to make sure that we can send a specific email to these people. So I'm going to go to the images here. I'm just going to grab a tag, and I'm just going to put it there. And let me just rename this tag here, and we call it lead magnet tag. So we're receiving that tag right there. And then in this same process, I'm going to keep talking about this area here first and complete that so that you can get a better understanding of what's actually happening here. Once that tag has been given and we are creating this inside of the workflow, the emails that's going to be sent is two different types of emails: a nurture email as well as the webinar promotion email. All right. Because remember, these people did not purchase the webinar on the specific landing page. So we need to give them an alternative method of how they are going to purchase it. And that is why, because they've received the lead magnet tag, we are now going to offer them those two specific emails. So let me go grab the email icons. I always look for them. For some reason, it's not very easy for me to find them.
Same.
So there is the one, and there is the other one. Just grab it up. And then we're going to link them to those two. This one is going to be the nurture webinar promotion. And then this one is going to be nurture email sequence.
On that note, I just want to jump in and mention, for anyone who has an email list that doesn't produce content on a regular basis, I urge you to start. All right. You have a list of people that you can slowly start to give value to and nurture. And, you don't have to be overly promotional. Giving value first is really what we're after. But always make sure to have something going so that users think about you. You're top of mind. The next time you communicate to them, they know who you are, so that in the future, when they need your services, they can remember you first. The idea of top of mind recall is really, really important. And having some sort of nurture sequence, some content that you're producing, a newsletter, even if it's like once a month, you'll see a lot of results from implementing something like that. So I definitely recommend it.
Perfect. So as you guys can see, what we are doing here right now is we're going to start sending those two emails. Then the system is going to check for the non-opener emails. And then it's going to send a promo email too. So it's basically the same as that's like a reminder kind of thing. So that is the final one in the step right here. So if we have to look at the step here, you're going to see they're going to the landing page. They're not going to make the purchase right here. They're going to try and go out of the website. It's going to give us a pop-up that's going to lead them to the lead magnet. They're going to fill in the lead magnet form. Once they filled it in, they're going to get a link in the email, and they will be sent to the download page. And in the same process, if they do not go to the email, they will still land up on the download page, because in this example, it's a single opt-in. Once they are on the download page, they will receive a tag. Once the tag has been given, the system in the workflow is going to see it, and it's going to activate a nurture and a webinar email sequence. Then there is a non-opener happening, and then there is a webinar promo email. So this is all a part of the workflow, which we will explain to you in a while. So I'm just going to click on save because I don't want to lose it.
While that's happening, can we get a show of hands in the comments, or someone in the comments drop a line if you guys use or don't use non-opener emails? Is that something you utilize on a regular basis, non-opener emails? Can we get some comments? Let me know if you guys use it. We can dig into why it's incredibly effective, but I want to get a feel of whether or not people utilize something like this. All right, we're getting someone. Okay, don't use it. Not yet. Great. Here's what I have to say about that. What a non-opener is. All right, perfect. We're getting a lot of people. We're seeing a lot of people missing out on non-opener emails. So imagine you work really hard, you put together an email, you send it out, you get a 30 or a 40% open rate. All right, great. You got people to click through, you got people to get to your website. They did what you want them to do. What about those 60% of people, for example, or 50% of people who did not open that website? All the work that you put in, it's sort of like wasted on them, right? You worked so hard to put that email together, and these people didn't even click on it. So what a non-opener email is, we're going to create an alternative subject line and an alternative header, or pre-header, excuse me. And we're going to send the same body content of that email with a new subject line. And if we can get, 5, 10, 15% more people to engage with that new subject line, then you maximize the amount of people who got to see that content, especially if you know that you're working with content that did really well in the past. So I urge you guys, if you haven't used it, which there seems to be a good amount of people in the comments who haven't used the non-opener email, start using it. Jackie's going to work us through at some point here and show us how to set that workflow up. Very easy to put in place, and it'll boost your conversions by a whole lot. So definitely do that. That's all I have to say about that.
Awesome. All right. So now we're going to get to the second step of this whole thing. The one at the top has been finalized. We are now going to go to the landing page if a person actually going to make a purchase. So we've got our checkout here. Again, we are going to make sure that we tag this person that has actually created or made a purchase, because we're going to use that in the workflow. So I'm just going to link it like that. And let's just call this one, I'm just going to call this buyer tag. All right, so there's our buyer tag right there. No, it's one-time offer. Sorry. Where am I now? I've skipped one here. Sorry, guys, I skipped something here. Let me just take that one away. I've just stepped one above. All right, sorry. Once they have made the checkout, we're not going to send them directly to the webinar. We are going to give them an upsell, and that is the purpose here. We want to send them through a funnel where they can actually make different purchases. So we're going to go, and we are going to go grab a one-time offer page here. So let's just look for one-time offer. There is our one-time offer sitting right there. And we are going to link those two together. And there is our one-time offer. And this is now where we're going to give the tag, where I jumped it earlier too quickly. So we're going to grab the tag. We're going to give this person the tag. My mouse is so sensitive. And I'm going to right click. And we're just going to call this one-time offer tag. All right. And then what happens then when they get the tag? We're going to send them to the thank you page, right? So we're going to go and grab a thank you page. Go to the pages. Thank you. There is our thank you page. We're going to link the thank you page. And now we are going to give them another tag. In this case, we're going to say VIP buyer tag.
Right. And the difference here is that the one-time offer tag tells us that they've been given this one-time offer. They saw this page. Whereas this VIP buyer tag that we're giving them now is applied to this user when they visit the thank you page, meaning that they've made that purchase, they've converted, right? So I want everyone to keep in mind the tags here are the biggest underutilized tool in marketing. You want as much information about this user and how they interact with you as possible. So tags are a very easy way to do that. And it's, like later on, you can come back and you can pull specific people based on the tag. So let's say in a new workshop, I'm going to give a better offer to my previous VIP buyers from a previous workshop. I can go back in and pull that list really easily because everyone's tagged and everything's like really nice and labeled well. So
perfect. So we can see on the landing page, they go to the checkout page, they make a decision to purchase. Once they have made that purchase, we're going to send them to an upsell, or in this case, we call it a one-time offer page. Mm-hmm. They're going to make that purchase. They're going to give the tag a one-time offer tag, will be sent to the thank you page. And because that purchase was made, we're giving them the VIP tag. And then because of that tag, there's going to be an email sequence that's going to be activated that says VIP buyer welcome email. All right. And that is the end of that part. We're going to continue with that section in a moment. But what about those people that decide not to purchase the upsell? What are we going to do with them? So we have to go and create another page for them. So I'm just going to go right here. And we're going to grab another thank you page. Blueprint, sorry. Thank you page. So let's go grab the other thank you page here. And I'm just going to stretch it a little bit to the bottom because I want to showcase this nicely for you. Let me see if I can do it like that. All right. I think that's better. So there is your thank you page, but let's just call this something else so that we know what we are working with. Webinar thank you page. All right. And then we're going to give them a tag again, because remember we said tagging is so important.
Yeah. I mean, I want to ask the crew here, and it looks like we have about a little over 40 people watching. I want to ask everyone, do you use tags? Are tags things that we utilize on a day-to-day basis? You build funnels. Do you guys use those tags as an add-on to your funnels, or no? Is it also not yet? Not yet is a great answer. It means that we're gonna start. Excellent. Excellent. Imagine if you go down to your basement and you have all the boxes neatly organized and none of them are labeled, right? You know the stuff is there. You can find it eventually. Right? But having labels on the different people, different tools, different audiences gives you that ability to really quickly make decisions and pull people. Yeah. Awesome. Someone's saying, but will now for sure. I love that, Brian. Love that.
Awesome. All right. So in this little section that I created here, the person actually took the webinar, they purchased it, they fell onto the webinar thank you page, they get the buyer tag, and then the system is going to send them a welcome email. All right. I'm just going to stretch this up to here because you guys are going to see why I'm doing this in just a moment. Now, that it doesn't mean it ends here. There is still a set of email sequences that needs to happen after this. Because remember, these guys did not take the upsell, all right? So we need to send them another set of emails to make sure that they get the opportunity. Maybe they change their mind in between to go and make that purchase. So I'm just going to go and click and get another email here. I'm just going to grab it down there. And I need to get another one because there's more than one section that's going to be added. And then I also need to add for the non-openers. So let me just go and grab. I'm just using this Gmail icon. I just found it the most nicest.
Oh, it's like a different color, so we know exactly what's happening.
It's
And I think
happening.
here, Jackie, while you're doing that, I think everyone here is going to start to see a pattern where for every email we have a non-opener, for every list we have a tag. All of these things, if we can start to organize the way we operate in that way, we're going to see an immediate or near immediate improvement in our results and how our lists are generated and how we communicate with people. And I think overall, it's something to definitely not ignore. Brian, I see that you said you use email automations and subscriber lists, but not tags. I think you're going to be very well pleased when you start adding tags into your stack, for so to speak. And I think this is for a lot of people that missing link, where they go from seeing good results to great results.
All right. So I've saved, and you can see what has happened now here at the bottom. We've got the webinar thank you page. They get the buyer tag. The welcome email has been sent. They're going to check the non-opener, and there's an upsell email sequence as well as the upsell sequence number 2. All right, so 2 reminder emails. So let's just recap here quickly. The top of the funnel right here, I just call it's not really the top of the funnel. It sounds like I'm talking about top funnel, middle funnel. That's not what I mean. But we've got the landing page, and for those that didn't act, they've got the sequence with a pop-up that's driving them towards the webinar again. All right. Then we've got the landing page where the person actually made the purchase. We give them an offer to another offer to purchase the upsell, and it all takes them into a sequence of emails. Those that did purchase the webinar, but they did not purchase the upsell, we've given them a tag that leads to a set of email sequences. So you can see those are the 3 sections that is coming from that area. But how does I think it's Oprah that always says, but that's not all. There's more. So let's just take this now to the next level. What is the next level? They need to get an email of the actual event, right? So how do we do that? We are going to create another email sequence. So let's go grab a button here. There is our button. And we are just going to link both the one at the top, because remember, there was a buyer and here is a buyer. Whether they have purchased the one-time offer or not, there is a buyer. And in this buyer area, this is going to be the event campaign. So let's just say event email campaign link. Okay, so we are sending them the link right there. All right, what is the next step? We need to send them to that page. So what is the page? We just call it the webinar broadcast page, if we want to put it that way. So let's just go to the webinar.
Let me just jump in, Jackie. I love the way you just explained it. You have 3 paths, and all roads, so to speak, lead to this unifying email here in the middle. This is where people get sent to the webinar. But I love that we have different messages, personalized emails, different communication based on what they did or did not do. And that's kind of sort of the thing we were talking about in the beginning, about keeping that loop closed. Always offer something. If you don't want to convert to my webinar today, here's a lead magnet. Take this, guide of some sort. And then once they take the guide, we offer them the webinar again. Once they take the webinar, we offer them the one-time offer. If they take that one-time offer, then perfect. If they don't, that's what I'm going to keep promoting. So it's always about keeping that loop closed and keeping our audience kind of engaged with the next step. I see here that you have the page up, so you can keep going.
Right. I just added the wrong one here. Hold on a second. All right, so now we've got the webinar broadcast page, but that's not all. We need to also offer them a post-webinar how can we put it? That is it's not, what is it? The high ticket.
Yeah.
High ticket still.
Right. So in our offering, in the previous offering, when someone does take that VIP offer, we can offer some additional one-time or add-ons. For example, the ability to rewatch a workshop. That could be a VIP feature. And let's take that here as an example where after someone watches the webinar, we want to tag them as as attended or attendees of the workshop, so that we can keep communicating with them. And whether or not they're VIP, I can customize follow-up emails. I can customize all sorts of really cool communication from there. And I think that is something that's really useful to do for everyone here who has different tiers that they're promoting in whatever business you run. Always make sure to tell people what they're missing out on if they don't take that additional offer, right? Say, hey, if you want, you can watch the webinar once, but if you upgrade to my VIP, I will send you a link for, an on-demand, let's say, version of my workshop, so you can come back and watch it as many times as you want. If someone doesn't take it, tell them, hey, you're going to only be able to watch this once, but if you're a VIP member, you can watch it as many times as possible. And that'll be a big difference with how you communicate to people.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So what we've got so far here, we've got the webinar broadcast page. In the webinar, we are promoting the exclusive access to the post-webinar offer, which is here. Then they will get at the checkout, they're going to get an offer page tag, and then they will be sent to the thank you page. All right. We're going to go on here with the thank you page in just a moment. Then if they also on the webinar page, right afterwards that they attended this, it doesn't mean they've actually made the purchase, but they get a tag just because they've attended. And because they've attended, there is a new email sequence that is going to be sent to them. So we're just going to grab that email icon again. And the email sequence that's going to be sent right here is going to be the live replay email, and it's the VIP buyer tag. It's just so that you guys know. It's not everybody. It's the guys with the VIP buyer tag that is receiving this. I don't know if Pia wants to explain that a little bit further.
Yeah. So to that same point, we only want to send this email to users who have both attended and have a VIP tag. So that's where the real power of tags start to come in, and we can start combining things together. This person, let's say in the future, you want to offer an upgraded value, and you only want to talk to people who attended but were not VIP users. So now you can use those tags accordingly. You can ask Builderall to give you a list of users who have attended my previous workshop, but were not VIP members. That message is different than people who were VIP members, for example. So that way I can start to really combine and utilize the tags as a way to customize and really personalize my conversation with people. Because, we have to remember, marketing is about communication. So the more information I have about what this person has done in the past, the better I'm able to tailor that message.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I'll explain this now in a moment. So we've got the offer page tag, then they're going to go to the thank you page. And because they landed on that page, they get another tag called post event buyer, which means they've actually made the purchase. And then there's a new sequence that's going to be kicking in because of that action that they've taken. And we just call it post event buyer follow up in this example. Now, there is also the other way around. When in the checkup of the offer, in the checkout page, let me try and say this again. We need to create another email. And this email is called post-event offer promotion.
Where after the event or during the event, really, we give people an upsell. Hey, if you liked what you are watching today, if you enjoy marketing, for example, and learning more about automations and tags and things of that nature, join my, let's say, membership or mentorship program, anything of that nature. There is the perfect timing, right? Sorry, Jackie, I don't want to ramble on and on, but there is a beauty in when to time the offer. And if people are really engaged in your webinar, and you give people a one-time offer then and there, and you give people a link, people are so excited and they're in that mood, they're in that mindset, they'll leap at an opportunity to work with you. So definitely take that into account too, everyone.
And what I love about these type of things is that you cover your audience from all different perspectives, depending on what action they are taking. So nobody gets left behind, if you want to put it that way.
Right.
Everybody gets the opportunity more than once to actually make purchase of the products that you have. And that's what makes it so cool, because at the end of the day, you know that you've done your utmost best with a lead that came into your funnel and tried to sell to them. If they have gone through your email sequences, they've gone through all of your offers and the reminders, and they still didn't buy, that should give you an indication that the person is probably either not ready. And that's why we see a nurture sequence.
Beautiful.
It's really important to always have a nurture sequence, because you might not know. You might have come on the end of the month when they are busy paying their bills and they don't have enough money, but maybe at a later stage they do. And that's why you must never neglect your nurture sequence as well.
And I
So
love that. This is the same nurture sequence that people end up in if they just take that lead magnet in the beginning, so that eventually at the end of the road, everyone goes into that nurture sequence. I can send them newsletters, I can send them promos, updates, if I have a new class or new whatever. That's where everyone ends up. And I love how you set everything up here, Jackie. It really gives us a chance to look at all of the different moving parts of the funnel. This is, I think, where a lot of people benefit. I know for me, seeing something like the funnel builder, looking at the entire structure, all of my campaign, I'm able to look and say, oh, I'm missing a piece here, or I can add another, functionality, or I can give an additional offering. It opens up a lot of different ways. Most people are visual thinkers, right? But we tend to make lists instead of, showing things in a visual way. And I just love that you did that.
Exactly. And that is basically the funnel that you see here. So I know that there's some people saying, but okay, if we create something in the funnel builder, how do we get it to our website? We are not here today to show you actually how to do that. We've got a workshop in the past that we've done. So if you go to Builderall Learn, you will see that the funnel workshop is available in that area. Basically, you would save and you will click generate site with all your emails, because you can do actually so much more with this, but that is not the purpose of today's workshop that we have right here. So basically, just to capture this last moment, you can see that there is 1, 2, 3 areas that is happening here. Basically 3 products that we are pushing through to them: the actual webinar, the upsell, the download page, which is not something that you can purchase, but it's a download of a freebie, and then the final offer page for the VIP product. So there's 3 products basically being sold here. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and see if we've got any questions, Pierre.
It would be great. Guys, this is the moment to take advantage of the fact that this is alive. You can ask your questions, Q&A, pick Jackie's brain. She's absolutely full of insight into the platform and all the different ways we can optimize the way we use it. Actually, just the other day, Jackie mentioned to me that she always starts any process by creating a list on Mailing Boss. So she goes into Mailing Boss and creates a list, and then goes back, creates her website, does whatever she wants to do. And for whatever reason, it completely blew my mind, because that is the type of insight you only get after using the platform for a while. And the list is a foundational piece that you're going to use to connect to basically almost anything. So I think that's a wonderful insight. I see some questions in the comments.
Brian says, so the download can be a free ebook offer or whatever to get them tagged into an email sequence. Correct.
Correct. And it is there's a great opportunity to tailor something that's also related to that initial landing page that they were in. So if it is about, let's say, a workshop for building a marketing machine, so to speak, on the way out, you want to give people, let's say, a checklist, 5 things you need to know about creating your own marketing machine for your business, right? And that gives people the opportunity to kind of soft close, right? They're saying yes, but they're not saying yes to the whole workshop. They're saying yes to the checklist, and then the
Yes,
next step we can say, hey, you got the checklist, come back, watch the whole thing. We'll take another
absolutely.
question before we dive back in. I see Clarabelle asking. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna make a disaster. Okay, here we go. How many emails do you recommend for each group? I want you guys to think of this as a way to really automate your workshops moving forward and grow that machine over time. So if you start with, let's say, 100 people that start by giving you their information with the lead magnet, those are the 100 users that you're going to target. Those are the 100 users you want to get to the next level. Keep these machines that you operate. So after today, hopefully everyone goes out and builds like their own version of this. Keep those live, keep those running. Think of ways to go from a live to an evergreen version of that same webinar, or keep that product live, whatever it is, and grow it over time. So there isn't really a minimum, Clarabelle. You want it to grow and attract users as you create more content, as you create, ads, blogs, whatever it is, to bring people in on the front end. So
I just want to mention something else that a lot of people, I've seen that people do, is when they do the lead magnets or the very first page, the landing page that they are creating, they tend not to give too much attention to it. It's really important that the first point of entry for that user is above expectations. I always say give almost your best away for free.
right.
Because if you do that, it's going to make the conversion later in your funnel so much easier, because they can see, they value and trust you for what you're offering them. You're almost putting them in a it sounds terrible, but you make them feel guilty, kind of thing. You've given me so much. I feel like I have to make a purchase. That is the kind of thing you want them to shout, take my money during this whole process. So that is why I just wanted to mention how very important your basic beginning landing page is. Make that mind-blowing.
Yeah. All right. Before we dig back in, Carl, I believe Brian already answered you. The system will identify, but it is up to us to say, look at this list. People who did not open this specific email, send them this alternative subject line with the same email. Jackie, I believe you're gonna kind of work us through how to do that process. So without further ado, beautiful.
All right. So any moment, if you need to tell me something, let me know, because I'm switching screens here and I'm just worried that I might not see the right screen. So just a second. I think that's my screen. All right. So here is the pages that we've created. And this is also what you are going to receive. This is the complete funnel that you're going to receive today. And it's really beautiful. You guys are going to love it. And the very first thing that is important to remember, and maybe it is something that you could remember when you create your own funnel at a later stage. I'm not meaning now this specific one, is to always go and create all your pages that you are going to need prior to creating anything else. So obviously, like I said, your email list first, and then all your pages. And the reason why I'm saying that, you do not want to go in between the different kinds of apps. Then you're out of it, then you're in of it, then you're out of it. It's really good to go and plan it out on a sales funnel builder if you want to, like we did. Create those pages so that you have them all ready, and then you can sort them. And I mean, I'm showing you guys, this is it's not something that a lot of people show, but here at the top, we've got a sort button so that you can get an idea of what is happening here. So if we look at these pages, you can see here's our landing page. And then if the person is on the landing page and they don't make a purchase, they're going to go to the exit pop-up, which we will show in a moment. Otherwise, they're going to go to the download page. All right. If they do make a purchase, there is a checkout page. There is our upsell page. There is the upsell thank you page. All right. Then we're going to scroll up here. Then we've got our thank you page for the upsell. Then we've got the webinar actual presentation, the webinar offer, the thank you page for the webinar offer, and then obviously the lead magnet where people are being referred back to. Now, let's go and talk first about creating the landing page. So this is our landing page. I'm going to show you in a moment what you need to do inside of that. But the most important part for now is like when we did with the sales funnel builder, I want to show you the exit pop-up. All right. So here on the left-hand side, you will see under global elements, you will see that there is an area that says pop-up. You're going to click on new pop-up, and I'm just going to click on edit because we created it prior to this workshop so that we save you some time. We don't want to keep you too long. So I'm going to go into the pop-up so you can see what we created here. So let's just give it some time. We just reload it. Just bear with me. Could also be my internet. Are you guys still there?
We are.
Okay.
We are. While that's happening, the comment section is vibrant today. Will this video be available for us to watch later? Yes, absolutely. I dropped the link in the comment section. Grab it, save it, send it to yourself by email or SMS or whatever it is, bookmark it, do whatever you need to do. This is going to stay here. You can come back and watch it as many times as you want. All right.
Right. I think the reason why I did that is because my page was open for a very long time, and I think that's why it wants to reload everything now. So we just give it some time to load.
Yes. This video is going to stay on the YouTube channel. There was a question of where to find the actual pages. And again, it's going to be in your platform underneath that university tag. We're adding a link for the resources to the marketing machine resources. That's what it's going to be called. You click on it, you get to a page with all of the different, downloadable pages. We have, a document with all the email or an example of what each of these email sequence is going to be and what those tags are going to be called and all of the things that you're going to need to do to kind of put it together. I need to attend more of these Builderall Masterclass. Absolutely. Keep coming back. We run at least one of these every month, and we want to give people as much information as we can. I think, Brian, you've already mentioned this platform is by far the most powerful and the most feature rich, I want to say. And I know, okay, Pierre, yes, you work at Builderall. Okay, I actually do truly mean it. There is almost a tool for everything you're going to be needing. And what I would love to do is to get this idea in people's mind that Builderall is sort of like your marketing operating system in general. So if you need to create a website, if you need to send emails, tags, SMS, WhatsApp, if you need a comment autoresponder, almost every single thing you're going to need, you're going to find. And we actually have a lot of hidden features. The URL shortener is a great one that people underutilize all the time. Obviously, our free supercharge bundle that's available for everyone. I want people to really dig in, really learn, get the full view of what the platform can do. I see here, Jackie, you're having a little bit of technical issues.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it loaded. I don't know if it's my internet or what the problem is because of the streaming.
Yeah,
but it's loading, but it's going to get there. We'll just give it some time. Mailing boss loaded nicely.
It'll get there. Maybe we can actually show people. Could we start with the emails since mailing boss is already live?
Yes. Let me leave the pages for a second, and then we'll go to the tagging part of it.
Cool.
Which is in mailing boss. So we're going to take a look at the pages. Just give it some time to load. Yeah. So when you're going to start doing tagging, there is a few things that you have to remember before you jump in and create the actual rules. Now, when I talk about rules, it means that if you create a specific rule that's going to be attached to a specific page, and I'm going to show you in a moment how to do that, but you first need to create the actual tag itself. So how do you do that? If you go to your mailing boss under subscribers, you're going to see there's a tags manager. You're going to go to the tags manager, and then you're going to click on create a new tag. So I'm going to scroll down to the ones that I've created, and it's all here. You can see I've highlighted as purple so that it stands out for us today. Now, basically, once you create it, I'm going to show you what it looks like, and I'm just going to click on update. You just type in the tag at the top. You can choose a color. I like to keep my colors consistent by funnel. So I would know that the purple is for this specific funnel. Red is for that specific funnel. Especially if you've got lots and lots of clients, it's good to color code things. So once you've done that and you've created all the tags that you're going to use, it's important to remember what you have created, because these words is the actual tags that you're going to use inside of the workflow as well as inside of Mailing Boss. That is really, really important. So once you've created all the tags that you are going to use, and if you wonder, oh, I forgot about my tags, just go back to your funnel builder or where you've created this visual idea, and you will see exactly what is the tags that you are supposed to create. So once you've done that, you are going to go to the integration area and click on tracking scripts. And you will see that here we've got all the different tags being added to it, just like the ones I showed you now under subscribers. Now, to add a rule or a tracking script, you're going to click on tracking, but I'm going to click on the edit just to show you what it looks like. And then it's going to give you a reference. The reference is what you are going to make use of when you are going to add it inside of the pages itself. The action that needs to take place is we need a tag to be allocated to that reference. So that's why we've got insert tag value. There's lots of different things that you can do in Reels that you create, but in this example, we are making use of the tag. Then you're going to click on the drop down and you're going to choose the one that you've created earlier, and then the list that you are working with. Don't worry about the waiting times because we are making use of the workflow, so we don't need to use the waiting time. And that's why you need to create all of that, okay? So let's just see if the webinar builder actually loaded. Let me just go, and I'm just going to refresh. I don't know what's happening to my page here.
While that's happening, I know the tag builder was a two-part process, but it is actually, once you try it once, it is incredibly easy to actually set it up. And what I've learned, I keep learning about this platform. What I've learned is that if you add a tag to a page, anyone on your lists, whatever list that is, if they visit that page, they're going to get tagged. That completely blew my mind, because the more of these workshops you create, the more funnels you create, you're going to start seeing people sort of like cross-pollinate between one list to the other. You know, let's say someone visited your website for or from a specific campaign, but actually converted on a different workshop that you've created in the past. You never know where people travel and how they operate on your website. And being able to drop in tags automatically like that based on where people visited is actually an insane superpower that, once I learned it, we have to implement it everywhere we can. This is actual gold. So I hope you guys start to kind of dig into that tag manager and adding those integrations to the page. Jackie, if you'd like, I can fire up my my screen.
I think I know what has happened. I think I know what has happened here. I've got so many accounts that I think I logged into the wrong account, and there was 2 pages open of the same account. I think that's what has happened. And I'm in another builder because the Chrome extension of Google retained the previous information. So now I'm going through Brave. Hopefully that is going to solve that problem now.
Well, hopefully. Brian, there are no such thing as silly questions. The only silly questions are the ones you don't ask and you still don't know. Is a tag the same as a subscriber list? No, not exactly. So think about it like this. A subscriber list is more of a bucket, whereas a tag is more of a label, right? A subscriber list is where you're going to put people into this sort of container that we're going to call a subscriber list. Whereas a tag is like a label, so someone can be present in multiple subscriber lists, but have like, let's say, one tag, right? So that makes sense. I hope that does. Yeah. Cool.
Right.
Excellent. All right. I see a very vibrant comment section. I'm very happy with this. I do
trying my
want to say, Brian did mention the private or the professional email option that we have. I absolutely love that feature, and it's actually part of our core offer. So that's like the most cost effective offer we have. $17 gives you access to the website builder, also gives you access to that professional email. So Brian, to your point, if you still have like a, your business name at gmail.com, stop that. Okay. Sign up, get the core plan. You can get a private, so like a professional email. So it's like, like admin or your first name, Pierre at builderall.com or whatever it is. That's part of the package. It's baked in. So make sure to utilize that. All right. Clarabelle is asking, is there a way to recreate a funnel from a website if we forget to save it on the funnel builder or to revise an old funnel? I believe the answer is yes. And Jackie will show us how to do that after she's done dealing with the technical issues, which do happen, and not a big deal at all. But yes, the answer is yes.
For some reason, it just doesn't bring up the websites or nothing.
All right. Well, we can make a quick pivot. I can fire up my side over here, and we can go from there. And Jackie, you're probably gonna look at what's happening with with white knuckles, but I totally assure you, I am learning my way on this platform every single day.
That's fine.
So
I'm trying my best still to get in here on this side. For some reason, I hope yours is going to load.
Hopefully. Here, we can dig into this test that I was running. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right. There we go. Quick pivot. And I believe my screen is visible to everyone. Brian, no worries at all. When I'm caffeinated,
it's back.
Oh,
it's back.
All right. Well, you can take the wheel. We scared it just enough. Our streaming platform was like, "Oh no, Pierre is taking over. Let's get back into business." I do want to say, Brian, when I'm caffeinated, I'm also unstoppable. So I totally relate. I totally relate.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to where we were. Not that page. Where was I? Okay. Just a second. Right in the beginning, I just want to get my ducks in a row. I was with the exit pop-up under the global elements. And then we're going to click on what it looks like. And there it is. Beautiful. So this is the pop-up that's going to have, but that people is going to see once they try to get out of your website. And you obviously need to make sure that it's connected to the right lists by clicking on that area and then sending them to the right pages. And that's why I said it's so important to make sure that you create all your pages in advance, because you need to be able to connect them and link them together. So in this case, you can see we've got the download lead magnet, and it's going to be the both for pending and confirm. And the reason for this is because we're having a single opt-in. If it was a double opt-in, we would have sent them to a confirm your page first. Now, I just want to make a mention something. In the past, a double opt-in used to be something that you really need to do. But we have got something that's very awesome inside of Builderall's mailing boss, and that is the option to have people that do not engage with your email to be suppressed over a specific time, which means is they won't get your emails and they won't affect your open rates because the system actually will pick that up for you. So I just had to tell you that as well. Yeah. So this is basically the pop-up. So we're going to go back to the list of the pages here. How do we apply now this pop-up to that page? We're going to click on the three dots, and we're going to go to the page, and we're going to scroll down until we see pop-up right here, marketing machine pop-up. You're going to choose that, and for the mobile as well, and then you're going to click save. And that means that your pop-up is now ready. You don't need to worry anything else about the pop-up area. Now we're going to go over to this third step. And this is very important because what does this landing page look like? So I'm going to click on that page, and you'll see that we've got a button there. So we've got a button there that says register now, which means that is where they're going to make the actual purchase. Now, for a purchase to happen, there are certain things that you need to get before you can actually link the button. And that is the actual product that you've created in your super checkout. Now, right here, I'm going to click on super checkout so that you can see what it looks like. And you need to make sure that if you are going to offer a coupon, like we do in this example, if I go to the bottom of this page, you're going to see that there is a coupon, which is super. And you need to make sure that you create your coupon in super checkout before you create the actual product. Why? Because the coupon needs to be applied to the product. Now, the coupon area is right here on the left-hand side. And under this area, you're going to click on create coupon. Otherwise, I'm just going to click more detail so that you can see what the coupon looks like. So if I can click edit, there is super, your discount percentage. I've just added number now just to show you. And then you see the different kinds of options. Once the coupon is created, on the left-hand side, you can go to products and you're going to create your product. So here is the very first one, marketing machine webinar. You're going to add in all your details. We're not going to go through every single one of them, but I'm going to show you the most important part, which is going to be under your pricing area, where you choose the coupon code that's connected to that specific one. And you're also going to make sure in your design area that you choose the right pages, because it is the super checkout that's going to send them to the right page. So you can see in this example is when they make the purchase, they are being sent to the upsell page. They're not being sent to the thank you page like they normally would do. They are being sent to the upsell page because we want to give them that opportunity. And where is it being sold? On the upsell page. This is extremely important because if you get this wrong, it is not going to the link to the right pages. All right. So that is basically with regards to the super checkout. So I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to show you how you link this. So there, right there, you see these links. We've got the checkout URL, which is that one right there. Okay. So there's different ways of linking. You can link to a button or you can link to a page. So in our example right here, we've got a checkout page sitting right here. This is our download page where they will be sent to once they've actually created the lead magnet. And this is the page they will land on if they actually make that purchase. So we need to link this page to that checkout. So right here in this area, you're going to click on the link area and you're going to check marketing machine checkout. That is as easy as it is. And make sure that you always keep the target on the same tab because you don't want to open a new one and a new one and a new one. And then you're going to do that for every single button that you find on your page. There is another one. Because remember, that is how it works. You have to remind them constantly about the action, call to action. True. So you're going to keep adding it to all of these different kinds of places. So I'm going to close that one. And I'm going to go now to the actual checkout. And I'm going to show you how you add the actual checkout. So here you can see this is the basic checkout area, but we haven't added anything. Like I said, you can grab the link and send them directly to a button. But the reason why we are not sending them directly to the checkout is because we want to capture the tag on the specific page, which I'm going to show to you in just a moment. All right. That is why we've placed it right here onto a page. So if I go to the elements area right here, you're going to see that there is a super checkout form here. We're going to drag and drop it. And it's going to load your super checkout products that you have. And you can see there's the machine webinar. So we're going to click on that one. I'm just going to go with the white. And then you can fill and change in the titles the way that you want it. I'm not going to do that now in detail. And there is your button, your page been added right there. So now this is actually ready. All you need to do is obviously just make sure that you click and save.
And I do want to re-mention all of these beautiful templates that we have are going to be available. If you don't have a subscription yet, use promo code SUPER. You get access to any plan for $7 for your first month. And you get all of the templates, the pages, the email content that you're going to see here on this page inside the platform. And if you're already an existing customer or subscriber of Builderall, it's going to be available to you inside your platform. So really excited about that. It's yeah.
All right. So now remember, those people that actually make the checkout, they are now being sent via Super Checkout to the upsell page. But the upsell, again, there is a product. There is our webinar upsell. We're going to do exactly the same thing that we did earlier. We're going to make sure that we've got the right pages. So in this example, with the Marketing Machine upsell thank you page, now they're going to actually go to a thank you page and where the page is being sold. All right. And now what we're going to do differently is we are going to make use of the button. So we're going to click, either you can click on the link and grab that, or I'm going to show you the alternative way. So on the upsell page, we're going to click and just wait for that.
I'll take this window of opportunity. I promised Roger here. I'm going to answer this question. Roger asked, it's my opinion that the more steps you have in a funnel, the more things that can go wrong, even though you may test it first. Much like the more options you have in a car, more problems. I don't necessarily disagree. What we're looking to create in this example is a group of systems that we can put together and piece together to create this sort of machine that we can automate. I'll give you an example. If someone were to land on this page and they leave, they go down the path where they're given an exit pop-up, they get that lead magnet, and they give us their information from there. We want to treat that as one sort of side of the platform in its entirety. Once it's created, it's sort of set, right? So there isn't much that could kind of break that system unless you're in there all the time, and you're editing it. But the idea is, the hope here is that once you're editing, you create this flow and you sort of like leave it, right? You put everything you want to put together and you sort of let it kind of operate on its own. The other thing, the reason why I think this is a really important question is your conversion rates are going to improve the more you add the opportunity for users to reconnect with you. So the more engagement people are going to have with your business, the more opportunity you're going to have to either upsell or give them something or have that kind of sequence happen. And this type of funnel where you're always thinking of what's next is the best way to keep people engaged and keep them coming back for more.
Yeah. So here on the webinar upsell, what we're going to do is we're going to link all the buttons now, not to another page, but you can see Super Checkout here. If you don't see anything, you always just need to click on refresh, and then you can choose the product that you're selling, like I have right here in this example. And that's why I said it's important that you create it correctly in Super Checkout. And then you're going to add this to all the buttons on your page that is for them to make a purchase. Now, there is one very important feature that you have to understand. The person actually purchased the webinar. They fell onto the upsell, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to make a purchase, right? So we need to give them an option not to purchase. And that's why we've got the button at the top, at the last button of the page. It says, no, thank you, just want to attend the webinar. And this one is basically going to link to the normal thank you page that we have on here. So our normal thank you page that we have right here, let me just look where it is, Marketing Machine, checkout thank you page. It's this one right here. So you need to make sure that you give them that option. All right. So I hope you guys are with me so far.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to close this page. We are done with that. We've looked at the upsell page. This is just a normal thank you page. That is the normal thank you page This is for the upsell, and that's the normal one if they've actually made the purchase. All right, so that one has already been linked. But now, what about the webinar that is the not the upsell, the VIP, or the high ticket item? And this is the one that's happening after the webinar. All right, so during the webinar, they're getting the option to make a purchase of another offer. And for this one, we're doing exactly the same previously. We've got the post webinar offer in Super Checkout. All right. So I'm not going to go through the Super Checkout again because you understand that concept now. You just need to know that you also need to link those buttons to make sure that they are correctly added and be able to actually go to the offer page. Then the bottom one we know is the lead magnet. Now we can come back to our tagging. And this is the fun part. I love the tagging part of it. So now we're going to go grab quickly. I just want to close that one and just go back to Mailing Boss here. I'm so glad that it's working now. And earlier I struggled so much. So we are sorry about that one, guys. So we've already created all the different kinds of tags, right? I showed you that you had to make sure that you go to the tags manager and that you create all the important tags that you are going to use. And we've got them here in purple. And then after we've done that, we need to go to the actual integration area and we are going to create the different tags here. Now we need to apply it to those pages. That is the important part here. So let's go take a look at, I'm going to show you one and I'm not going to show you all of them because if you know one, you can do the rest. So for the lead magnet page, you can see demo lead magnet. If I click on that, there is our lead magnet, there is the action, there is the tag. So the tag is demo lead magnet, basically. I always use the same for the reference and the tag so that I don't make any mistakes. I have to say, if you've got a lot of clients, make sure that you make this very clear. You don't want to mess it up and send the wrong stuff to the wrong people, then it's just not going to work. All right. So once you have got that area here, let me just click that. There is the installation that's going to happen. All right, so we're going to copy the integration key first, and we're going to go to the landing page, download. And the reason why we want to download, because every page that has an action that has been taken is the one that are being tagged. All right, I hope that's clear enough. We have to tag the pages where the actual action has been taken. All right, so they landed in here. They signed up for it, and then because they signed up for it and they landed on the page, they are given the tag. So right here under the settings area, you're going to scroll and you're going to see there is the integration key that you're going to copy it in. You're going to go back to your tags and you're going to copy your tag reference and you're going to go back again and you drop it in right there. Once you've done, you're going to click save. All right, I'm just going to go back to my pages. There is an alternative. If you've got an external website, you can also make use of the tags by just taking the tracking script and adding it to the head of that site.
And that to me is another hidden superpower that you can get using these tags is if you have an alternative website or somewhere outside of Builderall, you can also still tag users and benefit from all of those things. It's actually so nuanced, and it makes me really excited just to think about all the possibilities. But I'll stop here. I know I've been taking up a whole lot of time from this workshop, so please, yeah.
All right, so now we've set up all our tags. We don't need to go through all of them because what you do the one doing, you do it to all of them. It's just remember, it's really always important to copy this. Don't try and retype it because you can make a mistake, and add it into the integration areas. And I'm going to repeat it. The pages, that is the actual action that's happening. You go to the settings area, you scroll, you add the tag reference and the integration key. Once you've done that for all of your pages, make sure that you republish. Very important, because if you don't republish, it is not going to take all of those changes into consideration. Especially if you are creating anything or do any changes on the left-hand side of the menu, if you do not republish, it will not take into effect. Very important to remember. All right, so that makes that we are done with these pages. What is the next step? The next step is the email sequences that we need to create. So we're going to go back to Mailing Boss. And I'm going to show you all the emails that we've created for this specific training or specific workshop. I don't know what's the right word here. So you can see that we have got a few sitting right here. The first one is a sequence and the rest is campaigns. The reason why the first one is a sequence is because it's a lead magnet that has been delivered, sending them to a download page. Everybody gets that, right? Everybody that opts into the lead magnet is going to get that. But all of these other ones is going to be connected in the workflow. This one is now connected to a specific list, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to click to the update area so that you can see the motion as we go through it. We can see that we've got the download list that is the marketing machine. And if I click save, you will see that it's got its email information right there. There is the subject line as well as the download link. All right, so all of this has been set up. You're going to click save. And you'll see that we are going to say after subscribe, we're not going to wait or waste any time. We want to deliver it as quick as possible to the client. And then we're going to save and activate. Now, if you are still busy creating and testing, you can leave it as just save and not activate it yet, especially if you've got people inside of the funnel already. But otherwise, if there's nobody there, you can just click and activate. Now you'll see that we've got all of these other ones being created. I'm going to use only one as an example, which is our nurture email. Because all of them are basically the same. My voice is going away. There is our content details at the top. Here is our email. So what makes this different? There is no list attached. Can you guys see that? There's no list here. There is no timeline here. It's literally just an email that you are going to use inside of the workflow and activate it according to an action that's been taken on those pages. That's why we've got those tags on all those different kinds of pages, right? So you need to make sure that you create all your email sequences because it's important for the workflow. All right. So now we're going to go to the workflow. The workflow area is here, and I don't want you guys to feel overwhelmed. There is a lot of things that you can do inside of the workflow, and we're trying to show you the most basic things that you can use from today onwards. And I'm sure everybody can do this. And you can go play around with all the different kinds of features as you become a little bit more, what's the word? There's a word for this. We become more, Pierre, help me out. What do you call it when you're used to something?
Accustomed.
When you become more afraid with it, I think.
Okay.
That's a word. All right. Anyways, you can see that we've got a lot that I've created here already, but I'm going to create one from scratch so that you guys can see how this is done. I'm going to give you an example. All right. So I'm going to go with, let me think, the webinar promo. I think I haven't done the webinar promo properly. So I'm going to click on edit. You're going to click on create a workflow when you start off. I'm just going to click on webinar promo because I know I've already given it a name, but I haven't done anything else to it. All right. So you can see there's our webinar promo, and we need to give it a trigger. So what is that trigger going to be? In this example, we want to make sure that everybody that has got a specific tag that I'm going to tell it now, and the tag that I'm talking about is the demo lead magnet tag. So if a person has got the demo lead magnet tag, then I want a certain action to happen. All right. So that is now the trigger is the demo lead tag. So what do I want to do then? I want to make sure that I send them the first campaign, which is going to be the webinar promo. All right. So what is my campaign that I've created? See why I say it's important to create it in advance. So there is my webinar promo. But now we're going to make use of an advanced filter because we do not want to send this specific promotion to everybody. We want to send them to everybody that's got the lead magnet, except for those that do not have the webinar buyer or the webinar upsell buyer tag. So how do you do that? You're going to go to the subscribers and you're going to scroll till you get to tag, and you're going to say not exist. and you're going to choose the one that you are working for. So in this example, the webinar buyer, we want to find the webinar buyer, and we want another tag. So let me just move it up so everybody can see. I'm going to grab the tag and also going to say not exist. All right. In this case, it's the upsell buyer. So let's go demo upsell buyer. So now you can see basically the system is going to check for everybody. And that's the fun thing about it. You can have multiple lists. It's actually looking on all of those lists who has got the tag demo lead magnet. All right. So it takes those people with the demo lead magnet tag in consideration. And then it checks everybody that's got that tag. If they do not have the webinar buyer tag or the webinar upsell buyer tag, then do the following. And that is basically what is happening here. And then that sequence is going to be sent out. And then you're going to click save. So you basically do exactly the same for each and every single one of these. They are all exactly the same. Here and there might be one that's different, where there is no scenario where they need to, let's see if maybe the thank you offer has got one of those, where they are not being filtered. You just send an email straight forward. Let me just see if this one is one of them. That one is received tag, so that's not one of them. I think, let me see which one is not. I'll show you an example just now. I think it is, just give me 1 second, guys. I just want to see which one I can use, show you as an example here. Thank you, offer.
While you're doing that, I just want to come in and say, this is where you can really start to get creative with your audience, how you're going to communicate with them, what that message is going to be based on all of that information. And the more you can get information, the more you can use the different tags and exclude some people, include others, you can really tailor that message. And, I'll give you guys an example. You can be really obvious about it and say something like, hey, I know that you downloaded my lead magnet, but you haven't signed up to the workshop yet. I want to let you know that during this workshop, I'm going to be discussing, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. And all of those are important to you because I know that you've downloaded my checklist, for example.
Yeah.
So that really makes it obvious to someone that you're talking to me personally, right? There's a direct contact point between you and them, and that's going to help you convert more and more.
That's it. So this is another example. Now the trigger is not to receive a tag. The system is not going to look for a tag for a specific on all your lists, for an example. In this case, it's on subscribe. So when a person has subscribed to the marketing machine, you can do this in any ways with all of your tags. It really depends on how you're going to set it up. All right. So on this specific page, we're going to say marketing demo pop-up. That is when they join that list. We want to send a campaign. Where's my campaign? There it is. And I'm going to choose, and I think the campaign that we've got here is, let me just see, webinar replay. So there's the webinar replay. And then we got the advanced filter, because remember, now you need to make sure that you choose the right one. So unsubscribe. In this case, is demo attendees do not exist. So again, we've got subscribers, tag, not exist, demo attendees. And we're going to click save. And then save. And that is how you're going to create all of these different kinds of sequences. I think this is it.
Yeah.
There is not much more.
I do want to, I have one request from you, Jackie, and I know we're thoroughly over time, and a majority of that is my fault. I tend to go on, and I get excited about all things marketing, but I would love if you were able to just show us how to set up that non-opener function in that workflow. we don't have to like actually write new content or anything like that. Just a quick example of how users can start
Can
to
create a non-opener. Okay, I'll do that. I'll just create a brand new workflow. Yes, I don't mess up the rest. And we'll just take this as an example. So let's say a person's subscribed to a list. So let's go with the marketing machine, because that's what we're working with. And then we're going to send them a campaign. All right. So let's say we're going to send them, I wonder which one has got a link in it. I think it's the webinar link, webinar replay link. We're going to click save. So now you can see that we are, as they subscribe to that specific list, they are going to be sent this campaign. Now we're going to let the system wait for a few days, because you need to give them ample time to actually open their emails, right? So we're going to go to the waiting function. And then let's say days. You can decide how long you want to wait. So I'm just going to say 5 days. All right. And then after 5 days, you want the system to go check if this person actually opened up that email or not. So you're going to click and it says open email. And then it's going to say which email. So we know that it was which one it was. Where's the link one? Webinar link. That one. And we're going to click save. So now you're going to see there is an option here. Now they say, what are you going to do? People that did open it, what are you going to do with those people? Are you going to send them a new set of equins, or are you whatever going to give them another tag? Because you can actually tag a person right here. So I might as well just show that while we are busy at it. You can actually add a tag to the person. There's an add a tag. And you can create a tag. So let's say, I'm just going to say bought. I don't know what I'm buying here, but anyways, let's just go with that and save. So there you've given the person a tag, and then you can, right after that, you can start sending them another campaign, because the person opened it up and you want to send them now another one that you've created. So let's say thank you, nurture, whatever it might be. And there is your thank you page. And you can then choose if you want to send them something else, because they did not open that email. Maybe you want to send that email again, the webinar link to them again.
Yes.
So you can just go and choose that one. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Well, on that point, we can duplicate that first email and create a new subject line, for example.
Yes.
And that is the best way to really maximize the amount of content that we're creating. And I absolutely love that you added a tag there. I think that's kind of been the shining star of this entire workshop today, is how in depth you can get with tags and how really to use that information. And Brian, on this point, you said, I really didn't know this in-depth features existed. The more you dig in with Builderall, the more you'll find. And I, for one, there was someone previously, I don't know if it was you, Brian, or Roger, or someone else, using multiple platforms to try to replicate what we did here today. I know we're at an hour and a half, but barring me talking and a little bit of technical issues, everyone should be able to set this up in an hour. For you to be able to do that across different platforms, near impossible, definitely frustrating. I mean, is it accessible? Yes. Are you going to be using 3, 4, 5 tools? I don't know, Zapier in the middle, hopping around, trying to make everything work together, whereas Builderall works together on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Torsten, beautiful example. It's like playing with Lego again. Absolutely perfect. This is actually what I wanted people to take away from this.
And I think another thing, Pierre, that nobody realized is, I know that we all have got some other platforms that we like to use. I mean, you just mentioned Zapier for an example now. And platforms like Monday.com or ClickUp or whatever, any of those platforms where you need to maybe have a robust CRM type of thing that does all these things. And guess what? Builderall's got webhooks inside of Mailing Boss in the workflow that you can use to zap the information out of the workflow into places like Zapier. Zapier put it into Monday.com and it puts it back into Builderall.
Yeah.
So that is the extensiveness of what this platform can do. We haven't even scratched the surface.
Right.
So I really hope that people are getting super excited about this, especially those that do not know what the platform can do.
Yeah, definitely.
Unlike you, I can speak all day about the platform, not marketing though, but the platform.
I do want to say, and guys, if you have any questions, if you have comments, whatever it is, drop them in the comment section. Before we keep going, promo code SUPER, SUPER, gives you first month any plan whatsoever for $7. And we also are providing all the templates, all the pages, all the content from today's workshop, so you can have that right in your platform. You can edit instead of create, which is a little bit easier. I do want to say the ability to see the whole funnel, look at all the moving parts, look at all the different pieces, helps you be more creative. You can think about, okay, this is an opportunity for me to put a tag that's going to trigger an email sequence. I want to send people to my booking calendar, which you can do natively with our booking tool. So you can play around and kind of piece together the perfect funnel for you. Clarabelle is asking, can I see how to recreate a funnel from a website to update it? Jackie, would you be able to show us that? Like how to copy a list, if I'm not mistaken, and that list kind of carries over all the different pages and emails with it? It doesn't have to be a list. I could be mistaken, but Clarabelle is looking for a way to basically duplicate the funnel once we create it.
Duplicate the funnel.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's easy to duplicate. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just go to that page here.
Yeah. So there are so many different tools that you can use. Get into the platform. If you have a subscription, which I'm guessing everyone who's here is soldiering on because you do, get into the platform, really dig in and ask yourself, like, what can I do with this tool, or what can I do with this functionality, right? Because that's going to kind of unlock to you what you don't know. And for me, that's something that I utilize when I don't know all the capabilities of a platform. I just ask myself, okay, can I create this thing? Can I create a list? Can I create a web page? What can I tag with it? So
I think what Clarabelle was referring to is not duplicating it. I mean, I don't think she says click here to duplicate the funnel. I don't think this is what she was referring to. I think she's referring to the sales funnel builder to pull in a funnel into the funnel builder. So normally, under normal circumstances, I know that they are busy working with the funnel builder. So I don't think that functionality is ready yet. Yeah. But just give it some time. As soon as they're ready, I will let you guys anyways know in the Monday members meeting. So for those guys that's watching and you don't know that there's a Monday members meeting where you can come into the session live with me and ask me questions, you can do that. It's every Monday at 10 a.m. EST time. So anyways, right here in the funnel builder, and that's not funny. Now it doesn't want to load. You see. Let me just refresh it. This is exactly what I'm saying, these little technical things. And I'm sure it's my
and they always happen live. They have to happen live. If you're not live, they don't happen. But if you're sharing your screen, the streaming fates have to intervene. It is what it is, though. It is.
Well, Clarabelle, in the funnel builder, when you're in the funnel builder, right at the top, there is a synchronized list that says synchronize with website. So I don't know if they are finished with that yet, but you would be able to do it that. I can't show you now. Unfortunately, my page doesn't want to load.
Clarabelle is saying she created the website from the funnel builder, but forgot to save it first. Is there a way to replicate it in there? Actually, I think I have the solution for you. Here you go. All right, this is my time to shine right now. Hold on, let me fire everything back up. You can actually go into your funnel builder, and you might need to like recreate what that funnel looks like. But if you hit right click on your on the actual icon, and I'll share my screen here, you will be able to link a page to that specific piece of the funnel. And I'll show you here. See, I'm glad I'm I'm so well versed with Builderall right now. All right. Thorsten, I see people hopping off. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it. Clarabelle, if this, let's say, is the page that you want to reconnect, and I think, you know, you will have to like redo the funnel here, but if you hit right click on this icon, you're going to
you're not sharing your screen, but I am
my bad.
sharing my
Here we
screen
go.
at the moment.
I went ahead. I shared my screen. You can see it now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in my funnel builder now. And let's say you recreate this, this funnel that you were working on, and you want to reconnect the different pages that you had before you forgot to hit save. You can go to, let's say if this was the landing page, you right click, and from this menu, you can select the page for you to actually relink, and you can add it here, right? You'll find your pages here, your sites versus the Builderall templates, and you can select which page it was and sort of like configure it into your funnel builder. If that makes
Mine
sense.
has just come back as well. So let me show you mine there. Right here at the top, it says link with website or synchronize website. So you can choose between those two if you've created a funnel and you want to link it. If I click on link, you can see there's which one do you want to link it to. So I just don't want to link it now because I made changes there. Or you can synchronize. And it says which is the missing pages on your funnel, which is in this area, or which is the missing pages that is on the builder.
All right. Perfect. So I think with that, we can wrap up today. Thank you all so very much. Jackie, you are the all-knowing guru of all things Builderall, and we appreciate you very much. For everyone here, absolutely. I love putting together these workshops. I love being in the workshops. I love answering questions. So I appreciate everyone here who definitely stuck with us all the way, an hour and a half in, but it's been a spectacular time. Final reminder, promo code SUPER, SUPER. If you don't have a Builderall plan yet, $7 first month, any plan, whatever it is, including today's templates, pages, email content, everything you need to recreate our funnel in your platform. Make sure to take advantage of that. And
make sure also that if you get stuck, don't rip out your hair. We've got support.
Definitely.
There's myself on a Monday morning that you can jump into the sessions. You can tag me inside of Facebook. That's what we are there for. We've got live support. We've got chat support. Make sure that you guys are there. So you don't really have an excuse that you don't know how to do it because we've got all of the support for you.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you all very, very much. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys. Bye. There we go.